So I want you to imagine for a second that you're watching your favorite Netflix series, okay? It just comes out, you're sitting there, you're hooked at the first few episodes, and you can't stop. But then Netflix decides to make you wait months for the next episodes. Guess what's going to happen? Your interest is going to fade. That's why Netflix is the king of streaming services in bingeability, is because they've created a binge process that allows people to go through, become diehard fans in a matter of hours, if not days, right? So when we create this friction point of having to make people wait, you lose that immediate spark, right? And that excitement starts to wear off. And then you're stuck trying to constantly rebuild that excitement. We see it all the time when we jump into somebody's funnel, when we opt in for some incredible thing that they were excited about, and we have to wait until the email gets delivered to us. So now we've already lost some of that momentum. We've lost some of that excitement around it, and it sits in our email box. And maybe we'll come back and say, you know what? That's right. I saw this. This is really exciting. And we get distracted again. So what ends up happening is the same thing happens in our sales process. We create these unknown friction points, right? And it hit me all one night as I binge watched an entire season of a show that I'd stumbled upon. I couldn't stop. I was completely absorbed. And as soon as one episode ended, I was already pressing play on the next. And by the time I finished, I was so obsessed with the show. I was literally Googling every single actor and what their past work was and where I could find more. And it was that feeling, right? That feeling of that pull that wants you to keep going, to stay engaged, to not want the experience to end, that I realized something. The final piece in getting leads to sell themselves was creating a bingeable buying process, a process that would allow people to move smoothly through the decision cycle without the stalls of waiting for the next piece of the puzzle. So instead of having to constantly push, convince, or drag people through every step, they could just binge their way to a yes. This is the power behind the Netflix effect, a system where people move through a decision-making process that feels so natural, so logical that it's an easy yes.